Is James here again. This is me with Luffy Was Immortal, Part 4. Last off with Luffy kind of taking Zoro from his master. Like, Zoro agreed to go, but Luffy beat up Zoro and his master first. And if you guys forgot, Luffy's immortality comes from his devil fruit, which is not the Gum Gum fruit. It is the Fume no Mi. And this fruit basically allows Luffy to heal faster. He has enhanced strength. His aging is completely halted. Like, he has the body of someone in their youth. So, at all states, he is in his prime. He has the power of youth on his side at all times. So, Luffy's potential is basically limitless in his body. Now, Luffy is now at a sort of village, and he had just kind of forced some fire. Usopp shot a firebird, started at him. Luffy caught it and threw it back at 10 times the speed. And Luffy then put out the fire using his conquerors. Alright, so we're gonna go off that. After the fire was put out, Usopp would run up to Luffy just freaking out, saying, "I'm sorry I shot at you." As Usopp is shaking heavily, Luffy would shake Usopp's hand, saying, "And no problem, your dad told me you'd be a little bit troublesome." As Usopp quickly stopped shaking, saying, "Wait, my dad brought you here?" Luffy said, "A few years ago you told me about you. I would have came after you a while ago, well, you and your sick mom, but I had to do some things in my home, and I kind of got sidetracked. And I'm pretty sure if I would have given her something, like some of my things that I know, I could probably healed her." Usopp says, "Don't worry about it. The doctor here says it was incurable." Luffy just chuckled, saying, "I bet the doctor's never been outside this island. There's so many things that people in East Blue don't know." And that's kind of true, because I'd say that doctor's never been outside the East Blue or the island. But eventually, after talking to Usopp for a bit, Usopp will introduce Luffy to Kaya. And I'm pretty sure that Kuro would have already been on the island. Let me check how long. Alright, I had to just check some stuff. Alright, so Luffy would have gotten to meet Kaya due to Usopp. It was like, so I mean, I said that Luffy built his own ship using the bandits on like Luffy's home village or home island. And this one, it was not ruled by Dodon, it was ruled by Luffy, as he gathered all of them first. Well, Dodon had like a few of them, but Luffy gathered more and more. Eventually, Ace and Sabo, and then Ace and Sabo set out to sea on their own, because Luffy didn't let Sabo die. Luffy would not let his own kid die, because that's how Luffy saw Sabo and Ace. Even though they look older than him by now, but he's taller. Luffy's like 9 feet tall. But off of that topic, now, what was it? So, Usopp would want Luffy to meet Kaya, as Kaya's his best friend, and I'd say Usopp didn't start telling her he's a warrior of the sea just yet. Like, he wants to, but he wants her to meet a real warrior of the sea, as Luffy looks like he's been through some things. Like, he has a few Haki-inflicted scars, because that's the only thing that really scars his body. Like, if someone has stronger Haki, which is rare nowadays, if someone has stronger Haki and they hit him, that'll leave a scar. And Luffy has heard about what Kaido and Big Mom did. Luffy's a little bit rusty, and he does know, like, this Luffy, not Wano Luffy, like, this Luffy and Wano Luffy are almost equal strength right now. But this Luffy's a little bit stronger, as he has better knowledge of Ryuo and knows how to use it better. But he's a Yonko status, but he's at Yonko status, but he needs to train a little bit more to get back in shape. But off that topic, now Luffy gets dragged to Kaya's house, and the butlers don't even want to mess with Luffy. They're scared of him. They haven't seen him before, but something just scares them about him. So they actually open the gates for Usopp and Luffy and Zoro. And Luffy goes inside. Kuro's the only one not scared of Luffy, but you can't tell Luffy's a pirate. Eventually tells Luffy to leave. Usopp says he's not leaving, not until Kaya meets a real warrior of the sea. Kaya had heard real warrior of the sea, and eventually kind of like, not crawl, but she limped, slowly walked down the stairs to Usopp. She saw how big Luffy was. She saw scars, and she saw his actual body. She blushed. She also saw Zoro, and Zoro then said, "What's the brat looking at?" Luffy flicked Zoro on the head, saying, "You're a brat too." As Zoro at this point is like 18, so just now became a legal adult. So yeah. Now, what was it? I had this recorded, but I'm tired. Kaya would actually want them to stay, and she would talk to them for a bit. Eventually, Kuro would end up finding some way to contact his crew and like have them come here faster. As he's like you guys can get over here. And they're in the East Blue, and they say, we're a few islands away, but we can come now. Well, this would result in them coming to the island, and Luffy would he'd stay there for a few days with Zoro to get some rest and stuff. But as they're about to leave on that day, Usopp actually asked to come with them. That would make Luffy say maybe, but he stays a few extra days as he wants to train Zoro and Usopp. Luffy stays there for around a week. On day 3, he wants to leave, but Usopp wants to come with them. So Luffy would stay an extra 4 to train Usopp. Now, on the 4th extra day, Usopp eventually gets just decent, better with his slingshot, and Luffy recommends he build a bigger one. And Usopp has shown very good creativity. And Zoro had gotten better with the 3-sword style, as he grew really quickly with Luffy's swordsmanship. Luffy's not really a swordsman, but he's better than most. But by the time they're about to leave, Kuro would be on the beach with his whole Black Cat pirate crew. Now, Luffy then says, Zoro, use onigiri. Zoro would get a stance as he jumps forward, as he pulls out all 3 swords, and yells onigiri. The strength of it let out small shockwaves of slashes, as around half of Kuro's pirate crew was just not chopped to pieces, but they had a lot of cuts on them now. Eventually, Usopp used just basic pebbles as slingshot, and Usopp got very physically strong during these 3 days. And each rock was able to knock all of them out, almost. But they're on the ground, just their head hurts. Eventually, after all of them are beaten, it's just Kuro, Django, and the Miaubin brothers. Pretty sure that's their name. The Miaubin brothers would jump at Usopp instead of Zoro. And Usopp just out of fear to punch the air towards one of them, but Usopp forgot how physically strong he is, so a punch will hurt a lot. Eventually, that brother is knocked out, just Usopp's sheer physical strength. Actually, I'm not saying knocked out, but he can't really move right now. He's awake, but it's hard to move. Other one would jump at Usopp, as Zoro would go after that one really fast. Eventually, cut him in half. Zoro cut him in half. Other one doesn't even want to move right now. He's done. Actually, Kuro and Django. And Luffy knows his will stronger than theirs, so he uses Conquerors and knocks them both out. Kuro didn't even get a chance to use his shave technique. That's how fast the knockout was. Eventually, they get back on the boat. And this time, during the day, during these few days, Kaya was brought very, genuine happiness. So, from that, the butler, I'm pretty sure his name was Mary, Going Mary, and the butler was named Mary. He ended up actually adding onto the ship for Luffy, and modeled it a little after the actual Going Mary. So there's still the ram heads, but the horn actually spikes, they round, but then have extra ramp, and then they're sharp. And Luffy's helping Zoro sail, as he knows Zoro has just very crappy sense of direction. So Luffy's always on the top, but the front of the ship, on the hull, I guess. And Zoro's just sailing, even though they almost got lost a few times. But Luffy pointed him back in the right direction. But the ship now has this perfect area for Luffy to sit on, and it's pretty big. Not as big as the Sunny, but bigger than the Mary. I said the ship Luffy came on is bigger than the Mary. Actually, the same size as the Mary. This ship is bigger. There's enough room for all 3 of them. So yeah. Now, let's just say that Nami's in the Grand Line, but she's still stealing, but not in the Grand Line. She's in the East Blue still. but she can't really steal from like the islands that Luffy's going to. But we're gonna go to Luffy. Wait, actually, there's one more thing. All right, sorry about that. So Luffy would end up sailing around the Grand Line a little more. And eventually, he gets to the same island that Buggy had in canon. But I don't think Buggy had the island for more than like 2 weeks. So Buggy would not be there. But Luffy eventually likes the island enough to put it under his flag. His flag is the same as in canon, as this one, he drew it. It's not bad, it's actually really good. And Usopp had helped him with a little bit of the design. And like, Luffy has the scar under his eye because that was from Garp before he got his devil fruit. And the X on his chest is from Whitebeard before they were actually friends. So Luffy, no matter what, he already has an ally in Shanks and Whitebeard. Those are his 2 allies that he has in Pirate World. Zoro and Usopp don't know that Luffy has an ally in those 2. Basically, he's like Shanks' like master, but not. And he's half the reason Whitebeard is alive or not in prison right now. Like, he's half the reason, or the full reason. So, yeah. Now, Luffy was gonna like put a flag on the biggest building on the island with his flag waving. And if Buggy were to try to conquer the island, they could call Luffy, as Luffy give them his Den Den Mushi number. And the dog's master was sick, but Luffy ended up telling him how to treat that, as he knew what some illness it was. This illness was the one that Buggy had in canon, like when he was a kid. Luffy told the guy how to treat it. So just tons of rest, and the dog's owner will not die. So yeah. Now, next island we're going to go to is, I'm going to say that it's going to be Kokoyashi Village. Kokoyashi Village. Luffy's sailing to the island, and they encounter a small like just dinghy. And pretty sure that was like the correct name. Nami goes to the giant boat next to her and see that's a pirate boat. But she sees through the window that Luffy, Zoro, Usopp are just dancing around having fun. She sees this and is like they're pirates. Why aren't they like off trying to kill someone, plotting how to kill someone? So she sees that Usopp tries to drink some alcohol, but Luffy smacks it out of his hand. And she briefly hears this saying, as Luffy had yelled, "You're too young, don't try it." And Nami's like, I don't know if they just dress like pirates, or like their style is pirate-ish, or they're actually just genuine good people that want to be pirates. Nami's kind of confused that she actually like drops her anchor and just throws something at the window that she sees Luffy through. He opens the window to see like who the hell threw something at him, and he sees Nami. Nami actually asks to come on board, as Luffy will kind of he agrees to let her aboard. Because they like Nami stops for a bit as Luffy drops his anchor. They talk for like 3 minutes, and Nami's allowed to come aboard. Luffy will pull the anchor back up with his just sheer physical strength. Like, he's pretty strong. And Nami actually asks, when most pirates I see are just creative, awful people, why are you so nice? Luffy even says, not all pirates are bad. A lot of them are, but not all. Nami has a hard time believing that. She asks Luffy, what's his goal in the world? Luffy then says, when I was younger, I used to be a very strong pirate. A very strong one. I got rusty, and eventually I ended up not being as strong. At best, I can probably fight Kaido. That's really it. And then you hear Kaido like fight Kaido. Like, Nami knows who he is, Zoro knows who he is, but Usopp does not. Nami's like, oh, stop bluffing. No one can beat Kaido. He's an emperor. Luffy says, that idiot made it to be emperor? That's surprising. I knew him back when he was just an apprentice pirate. I didn't know him, but me and him fought a lot. And he says, how would you know him back then? Like, you look younger than me. Luffy says, oh, I have a devil fruit. And I was like, there's no such thing as devil fruits. And Luffy would grab one of Zoro's swords and cut off his hand. Nami would be shocked at how fast Luffy did that. Luffy says, my devil fruit allows me to heal, but stop aging. I have been alive for a few decades. I should be in my 70s by now. I think so. Well, I look 17. And he said, what could he for hand accomplish? Luffy said, give it a few days. It'll come back. Zoro doesn't think so. Usopp almost fainted. Eventually, they get to Kakashi Village, and Arlong's crew is suspicious until they see Nami on board. They think, Nami brought them some people to eat or rob. One of the two. And Nami, she heard that Luffy probably fight Kaido, and she knows that if he can fight Kaido, he can beat the hell out of Arlong. So she actually brings Luffy and Zoro to Arlong. Then say it took them like 2 days. Luffy's hand is like partially regenerated. He's missing like 2 fingers. That then after a few hours, the 2 fingers will come back. So yeah, Arlong Park, and Luffy sees his fingers slowly regenerating. Arlong will question what's going on with his fingers. Like he sees there's a little bit of steam coming off them. Luffy's saying, "Oh, I ended up cutting them off, but they're regenerating." Arlong says, "Regenerating fingers. Wait, are you insane?" Luffy says, "No, just my devil fruit." Arlong doesn't buy that Luffy has a devil fruit. Luffy bites his thumb, and it's bleeding a lot until it quickly heals. Now Arlong already knows Luffy's a devil fruit user. He says, "What does that devil fruit do?" Luffy says, "Hand strength, speed, agility, basic enhancements for everything, and also stop aging and healing. Not stop healing. I get enhanced healing and I stop aging." Arlong says, "How long have you had that fruit for?" "Ever since it stopped you aging." "If you say a few hundred years, it'll be hard to believe you." Luffy says, "No, a few decades." Then Arlong just remembers something. Luffy's face looks very, very, very familiar. Arlong says, "How long is a few decades?" Luffy says, I think I should be like 77 by now. I'm not 77, like 74, 75, one of those two. Arlong says, "Oh, have you been to Fishman Island?" He says, "Oh yeah, a number of times." Arlong says, "Really? Who's the king of the island, or the leader?" Luffy says, "Poseidon. No, not Poseidon. Neptune. Luffy didn't say Poseidon. He said Neptune." He says, "Old Neptune. Did he have his kid yet?" My captain wanted to meet his kid. And as soon as Luffy said, "My captain wanted to meet his kid," Arlong freaked out, as now he knows where Luffy's from. Arlong saw the Roger pirates get to Fishman Island, and when the ones he saw first was Luffy. Arlong quickly yelled, "Nami, why the hell did you bring him here?" Nami says, What do you mean, why did I bring him here?" "So you guys will rob them." Arlong says, "That guy was part of Gold Roger's crew. There's no way any of us can beat him, not even me. I'm a warlord." Luffy would laugh, saying, "A warlord in the East Blue. God, you people are dense." They go up to Arlong by the nose. Arlong instantly is starting to surrender. He's freaking out. Arlong freaks out, saying, We'll leave. Arlong knows who Luffy is now. Like, Monkey D. Luffy. He's one of the strongest humans to ever exist. And Arlong's crew had heard, but Arlong just said, none of us could beat them. Not them, him. We would throw Arlong to a wall, saying, "Alright, you have 5 minutes to pack up everything and leave." Arlong says, Nami, come on." Luffy throws a knife in Arlong's hand, saying, "Who said she's coming with you?" And then Luffy looks at Hachi, as Hachi's just confused. Luffy says, "Is he okay?" Arlong says, "Hachi, you can't come with us." Hachi instantly just starts getting nervous. He's like, "I don't know what to do now." Arlong pulls the knife out of his hand as he backs up over Arlong Park, because it looks like the giant building and stuff like some stuff is left behind, like the building, some stuff inside Nami's whole room. But with their necessities, they just jump in the water and swim away. They don't want anything to do with Luffy. Nami then says, "Is it true you were on Gold Roger's crew?" Luffy will facepalm, saying, "His name isn't Gold Roger. Gold D. Roger. That's his name. Mine is Monkey D. Luffy." Nami says, "Oh, so his name's Gold?" Luffy says, "Yeah, why?" Nami then says, "That's a weird name." Luffy says, put some respect on my captain's name. Or my captain's name. Luffy says, "I've been a part of 2 major pirate crews in my life, and all of them were powerhouses." Luffy instantly just facepalms as he remembers like his actual first crew was like named the Powerhouse Pirates. Luffy says, I'll say 2.5 to give them credit. Luffy says, who's them? Luffy says, I joined a really crappy crew for like the first few years of pirating. Eventually, they all got killed or arrested. But I think like some of them on the first level impelled down. But off that topic, go tell your village that they're freed. Nami will do just that. Villagers don't believe it until they see that Arlong's crew is no longer in Arlong Park. But they see one man there. And Luffy caught his whole leg in hockey as he kicks inside the building. And that one kick will crack the rest of it till it crumbles down. Luffy says, alright, I'll pay the first one to get to work 1,000 berries, because this needs to just be dumped somewhere. All villagers push it towards like Arlong's crew would just jump in the water to some way. They all just dump it there. Eventually, that whole spot is filled up. Because they try to like climb on it, the rest of it would just crumble down on them. So yeah. Now after that, like 3 people got a few thousand berries from Luffy. Luffy has like 1 million on his ship. Nami would gather her berries and give half of it to the village, and the rest of it is for her crew. Luffy had Nami join him. And Nami kept her map. Like, she got her maps out of the room before Luffy broke the whole building down. But eventually, Nami, like, they still party and everything. And for, like, the 3 days straight. Eventually, they end up leaving. Everyone thanks Luffy for this, as he's kind of like their hero now. But Luffy then says, if Arlong comes back, which he probably won't, just call me. As he gives him his Den Den Mushi number, and plants a giant flag on the island that marks it as his. They say, are you going to rule us and make us pay taxes or something? He says, oh, no. All I request is that anyone that tries to threaten you, that's too strong, call my Den Den Mushi. I'll send someone out for you. Probably Zoro, though. So Zoro just laughs, saying, I guess that. Someone says, what about me? Luffy then says, I think the most can take down to 10 people without running out of ammo. I think you take down like 30 people at most on a good day. As that's all Usopp took down from Kuro's crew. Which, he took down less than that from Kuro's crew. But straight off the start set sail again. Eventually, they're on their way to Shell Town. Luffy's still exploring the East Blue. Eventually, he comes across Alvida's ship. And Kobe is on this ship. Now, Alvida will see how big the ship is compared to hers. And she knows it's a pirate ship. Luffy's been making waves. Like, they're in the middle, like, it's deciding, do we reset his bounty? Or do we add on to his currently high bounty? Because Luffy's current bounty is the same as it's like a regular Yonko. But Garp had recommended they restart it, but make it really high as a start. Eventually, they decided to get starting bounty for Luffy is 110 million. Because they need him off the seas. But the stuff he's done so far, they make it 120 million. And, yeah, so that's Luffy's bounty right now. Because they reset it. But Alvida will trust. Alvida's looking at the giant ship next to her. She doesn't see that many people. But they're emitting something that scares her to the core. Like, it's shaking her to the core. And eventually, she ends up just saying, oh, get down here. I want to fight for your ship. Luffy looks down as he jumps down. And everyone just quickly sees how tall Luffy is compared to Alvida and how muscular he is compared to her. And Luffy looks just like this, minus the sword. He looks just like that. Alvida will try to swing her club towards Luffy's head, but it breaks on impact. Like the club does, not Luffy's skull. But when the club breaks, Alvida just starts just like shaking. She's like, oh no. And Luffy kind of does to Alvida what Omni-Man did to Green Ghost as he punches his fist straight through her head. And everyone is shocked that Luffy just killed Alvida pretty quickly. Luffy pulls his fist out as he says, there's a little too much strength in it. And Kobe's panicking as he drops his mop and just hides. And Luffy saw Kobe hide. The rest of the crew, Alvida's crew, runs at Luffy, but Nami will jump down and smack all of them away using her staff, and Usopp using his slingshot. And Usopp is in the middle of building not the climate attack, Kabuto. He's in the middle of building that right now. Luffy told him to build a bigger slingshot. Eventually, Alvida's crew is defeated, and Luffy will go to look for Kobe as he saw Kobe hide. Eventually, Luffy opens up a barrel and finds Kobe hiding in there shaking. Luffy pulls Kobe out. Kobe then says, what do you want with me? Then says, nothing. I was just wondering why you're hiding instead of fighting for your captain. Kobe says, it's not my captain. I'm a captive. Then says, oh. Luffy kind of just holds Kobe over the water saying, should I just drop you in here and then you swim away? Kobe says, no, drop them off. Let me have the ship. Kobe says, better yet, how about you just stay with us and we bring you to somewhere? What about Shelltown? Kobe says, sure, that works, I guess. Luffy's holding Kobe by the head, throws him on the ship, as Usopp will catch him. Luffy then really helps Nami back on the ship, as Luffy will jump back up. And Kobe is just shocked at how big Luffy is. Like, his height is shocking everyone, because, like, Morgan and Kuro are the tallest people in the East Blue currently, besides Dodon. Like, those are, like, some of the biggest people that we see in the East Blue. So Luffy's pretty huge. But they sail to Shelltown, and they like, give Kobe a small, like rowboat to get to Shelltown before Luffy drops him off. So that Kobe's not associated with the pirate. And most pirate ships that we've seen are big, and they mostly big ships mean they're pretty strong crew. Except for, like, the Mary, that was an exception. But, yeah. Now when starts to get there, they dock their ship, and they end up just, they dock it. And they go into the cafe. Now Zoro's not tied up here, but Helmeppo is still causing trouble with his dad. Now, when like Luffy walks into the cafe or a bar, whatever you want to call it, Helmeppo is in there, but he sees Luffy's crew. Zoro, like, kind of wears like a jacket instead of his regular white shirt. He wears a jacket with the green thing around his waist. Wears the basic boots. Wears the same pants. But he has a giant green jacket on that's open, revealing his torso. And he has his bandana on at all times, but it reveals his hair. That's like the one change to Zoro, less the few changes to Zoro's appearance. Usopp doesn't wear overalls, just wears the same pants and shoes, but he has like a long sleeve shirt on. And Nami has the same exact outfit. There's not really much to change for her. Well, Luffy just looks like this. Luffy wants him to look like stronger pirate, like give a more intimidating appearance. And Luffy thinks this is what'll work for them. But they walk in and they're instantly intimidating everyone, even Helmeppo. And Helmeppo's easily intimidated, so that's not really a shock actually. So after like they order their food, Helmeppo actually ordered them to leave because he's a Marine's son, not a captain. And Helmeppo's like, "My dad's the captain here. If you guys don't leave, he'll kill you." Luffy says, "What authority do you have to tell us to leave the island?" Helmeppo's like, "I'm a Marine's son." Luffy says, "That's not an official rank." He'll elbow Helmeppo in the chest and flying through a wall. And the Marines saw this and they got news about Luffy in the East Blue, so they already know not to engage him. His bounty is 100 millions. Like, but they like point guns at Luffy saying, "Don't move." Now Zoro was the one to, like, suddenly he's on the side of the room of the cafe, and the guards, all the guards, Marines, guns will kind of fall in half because Zoro cut them that quickly. Luffy picks up the Marines by their shirts, saying, Do you really want to do this? Let me know, because I'm open for a fight any day." The Marines just scream they want to fight. Luffy will put them down, and they run out of the bar, running for Morgan. Morgan hears about who's there, and Morgan is instantly fearful, as the biggest pirate he ever took down was Kuro, and Kuro's bounty wasn't anywhere near the 100 millions. Morgan walks out, like, putting on a brave face and everything, but on the inside he's freaking out. And Luffy walks up to Morgan as Morgan's ready to fight Luffy. But Luffy just grabs the iron jaw, like, he actually grabs Morgan's head, and like 2 hands saying, "Try to cut me in half, or cut my arms off. Try it." Morgan will do so as his axe hand will break on impact. Morgan says, "What the hell?" Luffy then says, "After this, you're gonna need an iron head, not jaw." Suddenly, Luffy's hands, like Luffy just slammed his hands together, kind of like a clapping motion on Morgan's head, and with that, a loud crushing and squishing noise is heard as Morgan's head is complete mush in Luffy's hands. pulls his very bloody hands away. Yes, his crew just shocked that Luffy did something that brutal. Like, Alvito is one thing, but this is another. Luffy then says, I don't like Marines already, and making me hate them more. And Kobe got the island on the exact time Luffy killed Morgan. Zoro will throw some water at Luffy. Luffy dumps it on himself, and the blood's cleaned off. The Marines just hold out their blades towards Luffy, like their blades and swords, but Luffy conquers, able to make them surrender and go to their knees. Luffy then says, goodbye, Kobe. As Luffy walks off with Zoro and Nami, we stop following him. Helmeppo woke up right as Luffy and his crew were leaving. Helmeppo was like, my dad will get you. Luffy just smirks as he points behind him. Helmeppo will walk to sea and sees Morgan's lifeless body. Helmeppo just freezes as starts to get on the ship, and they leave. Next stop, Logtown. So I'm gonna end it here, and yeah, if you guys enjoyed this part, like, subscribe, comment if you like it, comment if you did. Bye. Comment, not call me.